self-healing and 6 steps towards it. So I was inspired to talk about this week because I recently had a client, a person reach out to me regarding some of her challenges, and most of them were emotional. And it just left me inspired and made me feel like I should talk about this because I'm sure there are a lot of people who feel challenged about a lot of areas in their lives. And just coaching her in one session, uh, I could feel there was so much of pain and emotional pain and a lot of problems that she was engulfed in and she didn't know how to get out. And there was a lot of resistance and fighting back and going into the past in terms of, why is it happening to me? And, what have I done wrong when I've wanted this and this is instead happening with me? So there was a lot of pushback, there was a lot of resistance, and one of the things that I mentioned to her was, resisting will actually make the problem worse, and just acceptance takes you to some sort of solution towards solving the problem versus pushing it back and going into the past. So that was the reason I raised this topic. And before I get into the steps, I want all of you to imagine your whole health. So, whatever your health situation is, imagine that whole health being like a stack of balanced stones. So imagine, multiple stones, and your health is right here on the top. Now, the body stone, okay, our body is like the topmost stone, which is supported by all these other stones underneath it. And if one of the stones tumbles or is falls off, then there will be an imbalance in the topmost stone, which is our physical body, right? So as I learned in my own journey that what really helps you heal is your own inner wisdom, your own inner light, your own inner your gut that guides you and tells you what's right for you, what's not right for you, what you should be believing in. And everything else, there are other stones, like I said, like your relationships, your environment, your work life, your financial status, your spirituality, your mental health, your creativity. All of that actually adds up to how you're feeling physically and how you're manifesting those blockages in your life, if there are any, in terms of your physical health. So if any of those stones underneath, fall off or are not able to support the topmost stone, then that turns into a health issue. So keeping that visual in mind, I want to kick off this topic with those 6 steps I was referring to. So step 1 is that you have to believe that you can heal yourself. Without the belief, it's very difficult to recover from any situation. So the belief should be like the topmost priority for you if you want to take charge of your health or any other issue that you're facing. It could be an emotional issue, it could be a physical issue, a mental issue, just it could be anything. We've been told to behave and to think about life and situations in a certain way, and those are called our limiting beliefs. So if we shatter those limiting beliefs, we can get to wherever we want to. So belief is very, very important. In fact, in 1954, one of these individuals called Roger Bannister ran a mile in 3 minutes and 59 seconds. It was unheard of, but he shattered that belief, and now it's such a common thing. I mean, you've seen the record being broken again and again. So it's all about beliefs and pushing that envelope and saying no, but you know what, I need to know more. Be curious about how you can break those beliefs, what you need to do to be that Roger Bannister and get to the point where you can prove that this was just a belief that existed, and you can change it. So I'll give you an example about my life. So, like I'd mentioned in some of the posts, I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism, and I remember sitting in the clinic with my physician, and she told me that thyroid is something that you cannot cure, and you have to just take a pill so it continues to not get worse. And this is something I have to take every day in the morning. And I was someone who never ever took a medicine in my life, and that was something that shook me up, and I figured that I need to change something inside of me, although the doctor told me nothing can help change the situation. But I had the belief that I can change it. I am not going to take no for an answer. And I remember going back home and talking to my husband, saying, I don't believe in the power of medicine for an issue like this. I do believe in, medicine and, the different things it can do. But in my case, I really believe that I can change this for myself. I need to shift something within me. And I don't know what that is, but I do believe I can do it. So it all starts with the belief. Once you believe it, then you can find the ways around it to achieve it. So belief is very important. So the number one step to healing is believing in it. And how do you start believing in yourself? Sometimes it's very difficult to believe, but one of the best ways to do that is to start actually visualizing it. So, imagining that you have overcome the situation, that this is my present situation, but this is where I need to go to, and play that like a movie in your mind, that this is how I want to be. This is what life is going to be like if I recover from this. So when you keep that image or the movie in front of your eyes, it will become a reality, because you're so focused on being healed versus stuck in the situation or stuck in that limiting belief that, in my case, for example, like thyroid cannot be healed. If I was stuck in that belief and I took the physician's word, I would still be taking the medicine 3 years after I actually cured it for myself. So it's all about belief. And, when you start imagining and when you start getting yourself so close to that stage where you have healed, just the imagination itself is very, very powerful. And to make it even more powerful, you want to get as sensory as possible. What does that mean? That means that you want to engage all your senses. Feel like what is going to be when you've recovered, say maybe from a bad stomach, like if you have IBS or any other health issue. Imagine how life will be. Like, what are you going to eat? What are you going to wear? How are you going to feel? What is your face going to look like? So all that really plays a big role in actually getting yourself to the point where it becomes a reality. So believing is very important. Go deeper into changing your beliefs. And how do you do that? Again, visualizing is good, NLP is good, EFT is good, and do your affirmations to say, this is my current state, but this is what I want to move to. So focus on that state, the second phase you want to be at. So affirmations are also awesome in that regard. Step two is finding the right support. So although our mind has the power to heal our body, you don't want to navigate that process solo. Sometimes we do need help from our, healthcare providers or coaches or therapists or, people that you believe can help you in your situation. So, it takes a village to sometimes cure some of the situations. So, invest in finding that right support. Just don't go with, whoever you come across as a doctor or a therapist and say, okay, you know what, this is I'm going to go with this person. No, find the right support. How do you find the right support? Interview the people that you are hoping to engage, or you're hoping to engage their service. Interview them. Ask to schedule a consultation. Ask them what their process is in terms of taking care of their patients. What are some of the ways that they help patients recover? Do they even believe that you can recover, that you can get better? Because sometimes it's more of like the doctor prescribing medicine and knowing that you cannot get better. It's more about maintaining that situation. So, asking them, do you really believe I can get better? Do you believe this can be cured? And so those are some of the questions you can ask. And, physicians are trained to be realists. And but don't be afraid to communicate your positive beliefs, and seek providers who truly care about you and your health, and about taking you to the next level of improved health and improved way of life. Step three is listening to your body and your own intuition. So your body's best friend and healer actually lies within you. So if you listen to your own self, you will know what are the steps you need to take. We are so lost in everybody's journey and everybody's way of living that we've forgotten that we 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 have the answers within us. So what are some of the ways you can start listening to your body? Firstly, just get quiet, sit in silence, breathe deeply, notice any physical sensations or any areas in your body that may feel heavy or cold, or maybe a feeling of, you know, just a sensation that sometimes just makes you feel like there's something uncomfortable that I'm feeling. And, you know, focus on that part of your body and try to understand what it's trying to tell you. Is it telling you that you need to recover from some sort of pain, some memories, some childhood memories, some current memories, some future fears, things like that? So when you tap into those areas or those sensations, you will, your inner wisdom is going to start guiding you. It's going to start telling you what you should be focusing on. Step 4, diagnose the root cause of your illness. You know, almost every illness is caused by some sort of a stress response, and which actually shows up in the body but starts in the mind. So it's very important to start with the root cause. You know, for example, you know, sometimes people are indulging in a lot of food and they don't know why they are eating all of that, and they start going on diets. If you go to the root cause of why you're eating, most likely you're going to solve so many problems, because maybe you're eating a lot because you're feeling lonely or you're feeling unloved, and food is some sort of a way for you to feel secure and feel loved. So you know, instead of going on diets, if you go to the causes behind it, chances of success are very, very high. So the same way with any other illness or any other problem, if you go to the root cause, it'll help you solve it, and not just put a band-aid on top of it. So what are some of the ways that you can apply to understanding what the root cause of your problem is? So here are some of the steps. You can again shut your eyes, try to tap into your inner wisdom, spend about 15-20 minutes listening to it. Don't judge it, don't resist it, let it speak to you. Note what it's trying to tell you. And it could be meaningful or it could be meaningless at that point, but just note it, don't resist it. And ask yourself, what kind of beliefs am I holding about health, about life, about my childhood, about my present situation, you know, about my relationships? Do I really love and accept myself? Do I honor myself? What about my environment? What are some of the bad habits I need to release? Be honest with yourself and start noting these things down, because this is where you know, the root causes exist. So it's very important to tap inside of you and figure out what exactly it is that is going on with you. Doctors on an average spend about 7 minutes with every patient here in the US. So it's very difficult for them to go through each element in your life that may be causing or that may be contributing towards your health issue. So it's important that you take charge of your own concerns and talk to your doctor about them and let them also guide you. But you know the answers. I think the best answers will definitely come from you than anybody else. Step number 5, write a prescription for yourself for each diagnosed item in point 4 that I mentioned. Ask yourself again, what do I need to do? Going back to the same problem of maybe someone who's overeating, and if that was a diagnosed condition, ask yourself, what action do I need to take? Why am I overeating it? Write a prescription for yourself. And some of the steps could be, I need to be spending more time outside and maybe more time with people that truly love me. And maybe I should be making sure that I have the right healthy food items at home, so I don't indulge, or I don't feel tempted towards them. So once you identify the problem, then you can write a prescription for yourself and make a plan for yourself that will give you the success. I mean, sometimes, like I said, it's very difficult maybe for a doctor to tell you this is how you need to live your life. They will get to like I said, they are realists, right? So they will find a way to make you better, but it could be through pills and things like that. But the root cause will maybe not will not change. So it's important that you get to the root cause for each of those diagnosed items. Step number 6, surrender your attachment to outcomes. So after you've done trying everything, whether within your power, but you still feel like, the result is not the same, you need to surrender it. So surrendering attachment is very, very important to achieving the results, and it'll give you the courage to live in the moment. It'll bring you closer to your loved ones. It'll make you realize that now is the time for you to step up and do and just let it happen, let things happen, and for you to really focus on what's really important in your life. And sometimes that's really the best answer. So surrender any attachment to the outcome. And so those were the 6 steps. And, I'm going to leave you with a quote that I truly believe in. And this was one of the reasons why I am in this field. That, it's by Socrates, and it says, there is no illness of the body apart from the mind. So every illness starts in the mind somewhere. The seed of every illness is somewhere in the mind. And if you are able to tap into that, which we can through all these steps that I just laid out, the chances of you recovering from an illness or even falling ill or feeling stuck will become so low. So I think if we all can take charge and understand that we have the power to heal ourselves, it'll make a huge difference for our future generations. And also the medical field is going to start looking at things differently. So I do hope that this has helped you at least, or at least has made you feel like there is something beyond beyond just getting a feeling of being stuck in your current situation. There are ways to get out of it. You just need to start questioning it, and you need to start believing that it can change. So with that, I'm going to let you go, and hope you have a good rest of the day, and I will be back again soon. All right, guys, take care. Bye.